Gambakwe media kaunesha kaitike kula wayo mayutaka kumbuka anzi kumandio ndio anzi anopikisa wese tombate kwiyo yaiva herere machita mchiri kutaurane anofunge bwezaka wanda vamwe vanotigeza dakumisa zvigananda zviri kumedza koudifanika anakonda taona pazokuda nauna tironi komanda kotitakajamuka 2030 takamuka vachiratidza utsinye kunga.
Right, 20 June 2025, and today I'm very excited to be giving you my evening update, and I hope that I'll be able to go through all this that is taking place today. There's a lot that is taking place, and I am very sorry that today I was not able to give you an update in the afternoon. It became very busy with my traveling up and down to the Nyokaima Bunu case. So a lot has happened with Nyokaima Bunu, and I'll be able to give you an update tomorrow. There is a serious problem that has come up, and we need to solve it. So we need to solve it. I'll let you guys know there has been some interference in the case again. So a massive interference is taking place with Nyokaima Bunu's case, and there are certain players who are behind the scenes who are taking control of the case, and we want to make sure that that does not happen. In my conversation with Nyokaima Bunu, we discussed various things, and it is clear to me that there is no one who can speak about the legal issues without talking to me about this case. I have to defend the interests of Nyoka, and I'm going to do it vigorously. So you can be assured that we will defend the interests of Nyoka and we will not let unknown people come again the way that they did a few weeks back to disrupt the case. So there's those attempts taking place. Just be aware. Nyokaima Bunu's case is not normal, and it involves even officials from the South African government. So now let's go into what is happening. I want to quickly unpack what is happening, and then we're going to go into the Lungu case. But let's start with the Kudakwashe. So Kudakwashe is becoming a key player in Zimbabwe's politics. And this weekend, the process has started to replace Chiwenga with Tagwirei. So eventually the game plan is to totally remove Chiwenga and replace him with Tagwirei. Tagwirei is then going to run after Mnangagwa. So the plan is for Tagwirei to run and become the president of Zimbabwe after Mnangagwa. So what has happened this week is that Tagwirei has now been officially co-opted into the Harare provincial structures of ZANU-PF, and he has attended his first meeting of this Harare Provincial Coordinating Committee. So that is PPC. He attended it on the 17th, and Tagwirei has made pledges up to $500,000, which include the following. He's going to put funds into the province. He's going to pay these people who are in the PPC every month. So in charge is Tagwirei. He's now in charge. He's also going to be introducing a sitting allowance for members of the PPC, and he's going to give them cars. Then Tungwarara is also going to be part of what's happening now. You remember that Chiwenga threw out Tagwirei 2 or 3 months ago from the ZANU-PF Central Committee, but it's not going to be able now. He's not going to be able to do it because Tagwirei is now officially in the PPC of Harare. This is the strongest province of all the provinces. If you are sitting in the province of Harare, you are in the strongest province in the whole country. So we have seen Chiwenga coming out for the first time together with Mohadi today. So Chiwenga showed up at Parliament today. You can see him. It is the first time that Chiwenga has shown up or has been seen in public for a while. So Chiwenga is in the process of being removed, and this is what is going to happen. This weekend, Central Committee members are going to go to the provinces, and they are going to be doing what we call self-verification. And I'm talking about this weekend, starting tomorrow and ending on Sunday. They are going to be what we call self-verifications, and these are going to be done. So if a Central Committee is from Harare member, they are going to go to another province. So currently, people like Sekruma Suka are already in Matabeleland. Other people have already gone to other provinces like Manicaland. And this is all to get rid of Chiwenga. Many, many people have been dispatched across the country. And this is happening as we speak. By Sunday, we're going to be having newly verified structures in ZANU-PF, and people who are seen as supporting Chiwenga are going to be removed from those structures. So without making this long, what is currently happening is the replacement of people who support Chiwenga in ZANU-PF with the people that don't support him, and the removal of people who are seen as people who back Chiwenga. And that process is underway. It's ending on Sunday. And Tagwirei is slowly moving up into the top position, which is the vice presidency of ZANU-PF. So you're going to see the replacement within a short space of time of Mohadi. So this is how I see it happening. Mohadi will be replaced by Tagwirei, and then Tagwirei will become #1 candidate going into 2028 elections. And that means 2030 has succeeded. Remember, 2030 failed in that Mnangagwa cannot go and contest. However, Tagwirei is basically Mnangagwa. So what they've just done is to replace Mnangagwa with Tagwirei. Tagwirei is now going to be the presidential candidate for ZANU-PF, and ZANU-PF is probably going to mount a very strong challenge with Tagwirei as the candidate and Nelson Chamisa as the opposition candidate. So it's very important for you to understand what's happening. Chiwenga is in the process of being replaced, but they're going to take the long route. They're going to first of all replace Mohadi with Tagwirei. Then they're going to knock out Chiwenga within a short space of time with one blow, because Chiwenga's base has been destroyed. Chiwenga no longer has people around him. They've taken people from the army and they make them supporters of Tagwirei. And look at Tagwirei. He is there with Sanyatwe. They've taken people who were normally Chiwenga people and removed them. So those people are no longer in influential position in the army, and within ZANU-PF, they are going to do it this weekend. They are going to purge all the Chiwenga supporters, and that process starts tomorrow and ends on Sunday. That is what is happening. Tagwirei moving very fast, and on Monday, you are going to see Mnangagwa at the National Heroes Acre. Watch carefully what Mnangagwa will be doing there on Monday at the burial of Luke Mushore. So there's going to be a burial of Luke Mushore, a war veteran who has passed away. He passed away on the 13th and is going to be buried on Monday, the 23rd. And then on Wednesday, you are going to see Tagwirei in Bulawayo, where he's going to be presenting on the Land Tenure Committee. And this is the second meeting. You have also seen that the people of Matabeleland have lobbied heavily. After we spoke about the disadvantage that they're getting, they've lobbied very heavily. And already today, Mnangagwa has released $5 million and has pledged to release $5 million a month to fix the Gwai Shangani Dam. Don't think the things what we're talking about here, they are not aware of them. They are aware. But these guys are a kleptocracy. So Mnangagwa, Tagwirei, Wikinochivayo, they are thieves. So what do thieves do? They don't want to give anything away. So if a thief steals $10, he's not going to give you $1. He wants to steal and keep the whole $10. So the pressure that we're putting on these guys in Matabeleland is forcing them to think twice. So the people of Matabeleland have woken up. This weekend, they've convened a meeting, people within ZANU-PF, where they are talking about these things that are happening the lack of development in Matabeleland, and also the fact that Tagwirei has been granted this contract to construct the Victoria Falls to Bedbridge Road without involving any local partners and also without any services. So Tagwirei is involved in projects. He never finishes the projects, and also he never puts services around the projects. That is Tagwirei's legacy. If you go anywhere Tagwirei has worked, he never puts a service on the project. So if you go to Masvingo Road, there is not a single service or a single lodge or a single light on the road. And the road collapses soon after. So they are busy repairing the road from Bedbridge to Masvingo. That is the work that Tagwirei, Fossil Contracting, Masimba, they've done those works. And the people of Matabeleland has today convened the meeting, and they are going to be confronting Mnangagwa. In response, Mnangagwa said he's going to give away 5 million a month. Can you believe that this bridge, this dam is not complete for 10 years? Why wasn't he giving the 5 million a month ever since? So this is because people are waking up. Tagwirei is a very dangerous person. If Tagwirei becomes the president, Zimbabwe will go back no less than 10 years. Again, we're going to be back where we started. These guys, they steal a lot and they strip. So they strip everything they touch. They don't play. When it comes to stealing, Tagwirei and Wikno, they are shameless. They steal and they go away with everything. So watch very carefully what is going to happen this weekend. Chiwenga doesn't seem to get it. He is sitting back. His guys have been obliterated. I told you what happened here in South Africa. Over 50 Gesa guys obliterated in one day by the CIO. Beaten so badly that they could barely stand, and most of them had to run. And now, Nyokama Bunu stuck in prison. I'll tell you what is happening right now. They're trying to take over that case, and they're influencing the judicial processes. So what has happened to Nyokama Bunu today is terrible. They are just punishing him. They let him sit in jail. They don't try him. And the prosecutors, you arrive there and they say, we don't even know this case. Why is this case in this court? They move it to court number from court 3 to court 7. The magistrate there hasn't even seen the file, which means he's going to be staying in jail for months and months and months. They're implementing these strategies in the court to stop him, but there is even more taking place. This is Tagwirei. Tagwirei is behind this whole thing. Tagwirei is against Chiwenga, is against Geza, and is against Nyokaima Bunu. It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And the godmother is Auxilia Mnangagwa. She is the godmother of everything that is happening. Auxilia Mnangagwa is the brains behind everything taking place right now. As we speak, she is on a flight from Dubai. She's going to be arriving in Zimbabwe tomorrow, and just to oversee the process that is taking place. Auxilia is on top of this situation, and Tagwirei is going to be president if we don't make a move. So everyone needs to make a move. We need to stop Tagwirei. He's very dangerous and very corrupt, probably the most corrupt person in the whole of Africa. As it stands right now, Tagwirei has received contracts of no less than $3.6 billion in the past 3 to 4 years. That is in the second term of Mnangagwa already. He has received over 2 billion. On top of the gold coins that I told you, on top of the 1.6 billion from Kuimba. This man, I don't know what he does with the money, but he doesn't need whatever he's doing, the collection of money that he's doing, he doesn't need it. But the important thing this weekend is Tagwirei is going to be officially moving his way up, and Chiwenga is going to be replaced if he's not careful within a very short space of time, because all the structures are being verified starting tomorrow and ending on Sunday. I think we've covered it. 14 minutes is enough on this story. Let's quickly move to Zambia. And I want to update you on what is happening in Zambia. So what has happened in Zambia today is that the family of Lungu has made an announcement through Zulu to say that they are going to be burying in South Africa. However, let me explain to you what the problem is. So currently, there is a political battle taking place. Zambia is going to be having an election in August 2026. And President Hakainde Hichilema is going up against the replacement of former President Lungu. So whoever is going to take over is going to need the support of Zambians on a tribal basis. So remember, the last election in Zambia, all the tribes voted for President Hakainde Hichilema. So what is happening now? The guys are trying to almost energize the base. So what they're trying to do is to energize the base so that people are angry and are polarized. So the strategy is to polarize Zambia so that people go on one side or they choose a side. And the anger among people that they want to raise is to say President Hakainde Hichilema somehow prevented the burial of victimized Lungu. This is not true. I see many people getting confused. The person who victimized the other is Lungu. Lungu is the one who victimized President Hakainde Hichilema. He arrested him multiple times. President Hakainde Hichilema was in jail at one point for more than 92 days. And Lungu militarized Zambia. There were people running markets. There were people beating up people. And supporters of the opposition were being killed. And it was crazy. Zambia's currency crashed to an extent that it could not buy anything. At one point, it crashed by 25% in 1 month. So the person who did what he did to the other, who victimized the other, is Lungu victimizing President Hakainde Hichilema. So it's not the other way around. However, now that they've made the announcement that they're going to bury in South Africa, you have to understand the implications. First and foremost, when a foreigner dies in a foreign country, they are not a local. So the embassy or the high commission of that other country must confirm that that person is their citizen, which means the high commission of Zambia must confirm that Lungu, who has died, is their citizen before they can be buried in South Africa. So there must be a process that includes the High Commission of Zambia. However, what has happened is that nothing of that sort has happened. I do not believe that the people at the embassy of Zambia have seen the death certificate of Lungu. No one has seen the body of Lungu. So speculation is now arising that this man, I do not know what has happened to him, and I don't want to speculate, but people are starting to speculate if maybe there is nothing else happening here that we're not clear about. People have done crazier things in the past. And we need to put in context the fact that when I went to the hospital, there was no such person as Edgar Lungu in that hospital. So he was registered under a different name. So we're obviously going to be looking at it to say what has happened to Lungu, and we've got people digging. And what we're going to do next week, so I want to make this clear. What we're going to do next week is we're going to go to the South African authorities. Whether he's buried or not, we're going to go to the South African authorities and we're going to find out what has happened. Who was he admitted as? When he died, what was the name on that death certificate? What was the passport? That information in South Africa, there are laws for that kind of thing. So I'll let you guys know what we're going to do. As people who live in South Africa, we're quite capable of going to check. So there will be no information that you can't get. We are also going to check who was on the plane. So we're going to let you guys know who was on the aeroplane that left yesterday. So that plane that left to Aruba, we're going to let you know who was in it. And I'll let you guys know how we're going to proceed. It is crazy that the family can keep such secrets. And the South African government is complacent. You can't have a president of another country just mysteriously dying in a foreign country under a different name, and no one has ever seen the body. This is crazy. So let's see what has happened to Lungu. But it's not normal what is happening now. And many people are involved. So many people are involved in this thing. And obviously, I think people are mistaken. For example, my friend Hopo Chingono, he's being used right now by PF. Can you believe it? That Hopo is being used by PF. Go to the PF Facebook page. They are talking about Hopo as if he is a member of PF. I can't believe it. There's no way Hopo can share values with the PF. PF is not a democratic party. What they did to President Hakainde Hichilema when he was an opposition member is crazy. So look at that. They are quoting Hopo and praising Hopo for everything that is saying about President Hakainde Hichilema. And I think Hopo is mistaken. President Hakainde Hichilema has transformed Zambia. I have been to Zambia multiple times. And President Hakainde Hichilema, ever since he became president, Zambia is almost like South Africa now. If you go to Lusaka, it's quite comparable to Johannesburg. Like the services are there, food is widely available, this infrastructure is coming up. Zambia is amazing right now because of President Hakainde Hichilema. I like him. I think everyone will appreciate the work done by President Hakainde Hichilema. And this thing that they're doing with the body, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. I cannot believe that the family of Lungu is doing this. There is something bigger behind this. It's not normal. And I think we'll see within the next few days, we're going to have more detail on what has happened here. And when the full truth comes out, it will be shocking. You'll be shocked at what Lungu has done in South Africa. So I would like to end it here. As I said, Auxilia is on the flight today as we speak. We've got a packed week next week, starting on Monday with the burial of war veteran Mushore. He's going to be buried at the National Heroes Acre. And Luke Mushore passed away. He was one of the war veterans declared already. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have a little pause. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have Tagwirei in Bulawayo. That event in Bulawayo is going to be a very important event. Watch closely what Tagwirei is going to say over there. Tagwirei is going to be and is looking to become the president of Zimbabwe. So the games have started. And it's only 2 years away. The removal of Chiwenga is close. If Chiwenga doesn't move, he's gone. And Chiwenga is moving very slowly. People are getting despondent. When is this man going to make his move? Before they move. We want him to move. People have supported Chiwenga. People have lost their life. People have lost their belongings. And people are living in destitution. They want Chiwenga to make a move. And at the moment, Chiwenga is not making that move. He's sitting back. I hope he's got a plan, but I don't think so. At the moment, I'm starting to feel like a Dynamo supporter. My team is very popular, but it's not playing well. That is what I said last week. I'm starting to feel like a Dynamo supporter. Sometimes you need to score, and you cannot just defend all the time. So that is where the problem is. Chiwenga needs an attack strategy. At the moment, he has a defense strategy, but that's not enough. You need to attack at some point. So remember, 1 July, there is a protest against Tagwirei for the construction that is taking place of the road from Victoria Falls to Beitbridge. Tagwirei is going to make $80 billion over 25 years from that road. Let's not allow him to do it. So the people of Matabeleland have started already. They've convened and approached Mnangagwa, which resulted in him sending Sekuruma Suka to Gwai Shangani Dam today. So he's over there today. And this is not enough. Push harder, people of Matabeleland. Push Mnangagwa. He's not doing enough in Matabeleland. Make sure that he puts up infrastructure and Matabeleland becomes a developed country or region, as it has got a lot of gold. Lots of gold and wealth. Okay, so I'd like to thank all of you for watching. It's on this weekend, Tagwirei making his first move and using a lot of money to do it against Chiwenga. And Chiwenga sitting back and not doing much, just watching the situation develop. I believe that they are going to take him out. If he's not careful, this weekend's move is so big and he needs to move now before they take him out. I would like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow morning as we give you the trending news, and a good night to all.
vasingoti siyangena pari kuchisa segena mayuti akakumbuka apa ziso rakatsvuka anzi anotimisa tomubvisa mabhurukwa ngoti takachamuka 2030 takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunga amai azuka pesa nekusaida chiti anoridza luka asi mandira mabwezi zvinhu zvaitika ingoti takachamuka 2030 takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunga amai azuka geza nekusaida chiti anoridza luka asi mandira mabwezi zvinhu zvaitika makaune here zvakaitike bulawayo mayuti akakumbuka hanzi koma ndiyo hanzi anopikisa wese tomubate kwiyo yaiva herere vachiridza muchiro iri kutaura neanhu pfungepo izvi zvakawanda vamwe vanoti geza da kumisa zvigananda zviri kumedza gou ifanika anakonda taona pazoudanana nadironi komanda nenyaya dziri kupisa pasocial media uchida zvakawanda pinda Gambakwe media vanovhura dzese dzakaipa dzakadziya waise aya matso vaingoti takachamuka 2030 takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunga amai azuka geza nekusaida chiti anoridza luka asi mandira mabwezi zvinhu zvaiti vaingoti takachamuka 2030 takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunga amai azuka geza nekusaida chiti anoridza luka asi mandira mabwezi zvinhu zvaitika kaune here zvakaitike bulawayo mayuti akakumbuka hanzi koma ndiyo hanzi anopikisa wese tomubate kwiyo yaiva herere vachiridza muchiro iri kutaura neanhu pfungepo izvi zvakawanda vamwe vanoti geza da kumisa zvigananda zviri kumedza gou ifanika anakonda taona pazo